Hi Collective, it's Intuitive Pisces Moon, and I want to bring you an energy check-in reading today. So I am using the Work Your Light Oracle to start, and just want to check in and see how things are going. So I thank you all so much for being here, and I do hope that you are having a great day. All right, and then at the end we will get you some affirmation cards. So let's check in with Spirit and see how things are going. What do we have for the collective at this time? What's in our energy? What do we need to know? All right, we have no. Wait, postpone, pause, say no. All right, did any of you have a burning question out there that needed an answer? It's a crazy way to start a reading there. Looks like a very stormy, thundery situation in the background. All right, let's keep going. What else do we have? What else do we have for the collective here? The initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. All right. It also looks like a lot of darkness in that card, but if it says you're crossing the threshold, you're going into that lit area on the other side. So another storm there. Wow, lots of lightning and dark clouds. We have Warrior Woman. Have you answered your deepest calling? And let's get one more, please, Spirit. One more for this reading for the collective. What do we have here? Okay. Birthing a new age. Birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. All right. Now, if we're looking at this again, past to present, this actually looks very good, because we're coming out of some kind of dark time. And again, this could be our shadow work, our dark night of the soul, but it's very dark. And in fact, we have no. Right away it says postpone, no, pause. But then you're being crossed over into this threshold, bringing you into your warrior status, and thus birthing a new age. So very good progression if we're looking at it that way. And then look, bottom of the deck is yes. That's crazy. We started with a hard no. That's a no from me. We're in the storms. We're crossing that threshold. And look at how much more light these cards are. And then we have a yes. So, wow. Great way to start. Let's read on these and then we'll get some clarification. I want to see right away what this no means. So I'm interpreting this as, again, if you had some kind of burning question, because for it to come up right away, that means you were denied something in the past. And with the denial, I am wondering what it was that you were denied. So that is going to be different for each one of you. I'm going to read the card. It says you're being called to either pause or say no. Saying yes to something that isn't in alignment with you will drain your energy and your time. Hold out for a congruent, aligned 100% yes. Often when we are looking for guidance to make a decision, it can be frustrating not to move into clear and considered action. However, timing is everything, and not receiving clear guidance is actually guidance in itself. All right, I'm going to keep reading, but that was what I said. You know, this feels like a past energy. They say that rejection is your protection. So I am gathering that we were refused something that maybe we thought we wanted, or being kind of guided away from something because it was not for our highest good. We all go through times known as waiting periods. These times are crucial for our body to regenerate, the new path to formulate, and the universe to begin creating things on your behalf. You don't need to be plowing forward all the time to move forward. A potent, congruent yes, when the time is right, will put you ahead leaps and bounds. Don't force things now just because it seems to be the only option. Take a breather and wait. The waiting is actually very productive. For when the time for movement comes, you will be ready to dive right in. Use this time to regenerate and ponder what you truly want. Consider the options. If the options are not clear, don't fear, because this time is a gift. Use it to tend to your garden and take a rest. To take a moment from your busy life to clear the decks and prepare for the time in the future. For come spring, clarity will bloom and you will have the reserves, space, and drive to say yes and act and move quickly. Okay, that is pretty straightforward. Now, we are in spring here where I'm at. I don't know what parts of the country you all hail from, but in North America, it is spring. So that's why I very much gather that this was sort of a past energy. Now, they do say that in winter, we remain dormant, and this is when things are sort of froze and we're forced to pause. You know, bears go into hibernation during this period. Squirrels gather nuts and hide them to get them through, to sustain them through the winter. So I'm very much hearing that we have been dormant and had to go through a moment of pause. Now, we also may have been denied something. So whatever it was that we thought we wanted, that we were trying to pursue or asking for, trying to manifest into our life, we were denied something. And it wasn't because you didn't deserve it or you didn't earn it. You know, what I'm hearing is that it was not at the time for your highest good, and that timing is everything. And that's why we have to go through this to get to that yes. So the yes is at the end of the deck. We did get a yes, but it was not at this time in the past. All right, let's switch over to tarot and see what we can get for this no, this postponing. What was this no regarding? Okay, what do we have, Spirit? Please show me what this no is. All right, the Wheel of Fortune. So, yep, again, with divine timing, it wasn't your time to have a yes. You had to hear a no first and go through something before you could get to that yes. The wheel is always spinning. Okay. We also got the Lovers and the Emperor. Wow, talk about major arcana. And the Five of Cups. All right, let's talk about this. So, there might have been a love situation that was denied in the past. And there was a reason that it was denied in the past. There was some rite of passage that needed to occur before this could be a yes. Now, I am gathering that either you or your person had to go through that initiation to become the emperor. Now, I'm seeing that as for both of you, because again, we need to strengthen our masculine qualities, which is the authoritativeness, the leadership. And that was part of the initiation that needed to occur. Okay, so having us go through this within ourselves is what brought us the balance and is what's bringing us, you know, what's going to be a yes. That's crazy. And while, yes, this made some of us very sad at the loss of the no. Some of us didn't deal or cope well with it and kind of dwelled in that loss energy instead of seeing what was still remaining. And that's where the initiation and the rite of passage comes from, because even though we have lost something or thought we lost something, we failed to see what remained. So in losing something, yes, that is sad, and I am sure you grieved the loss heavily. Heavily. But what remains is what we need to start focusing our energy on. So if in your situation it was a relationship or a love situation, I am being told by Spirit that either this will come back around and it will become a yes, or something better is about to come for you. So again, the rejection is your protection. All right. Let's get some messages. Let's go a little deeper on that. Some cosmic oracle here. What do we have to go with this no? All right, be authentic. Anything else is just exhausting. So I'm getting, ready for this? One or both of you in the situation was wearing a mask and you were presenting a false self. And maybe one or both of you had to walk away. Now, having to walk away is probably where the grief came in, because sometimes it's very, very, very difficult to walk away from someone that you love because it's not meant for you at this time. And that is a tough thing to hear. We just want what we want when we want it, you know? That is the instant gratification. But what I'm gathering is that this initiation hadn't occurred yet, and that we hadn't fully grown into our emperor status because we were not being authentic. So let's get a little more into this. Okay. Stay present. That's where life happens. Okay. So some of us were likely too involved in past thinking or future thinking and not being here and now. Okay. I am going to go back to the next one, which is the initiation. And I want to see what this is about. So this is the rite of passage and the crossing of the threshold. Some of the most sacred initiation chambers and temples look scary from the outside, but are breathtakingly beautiful on the inside. This represents the journey that the soul pilgrim is required to take to reach somewhere sacred, but only the initiated can enter. Perhaps that's where you are now. You are being tested, initiated, because you are headed somewhere sacred. Initiations require that we cross the threshold from one world or state of being to the next. We are called to face what scares us and have to be willing to lose it all in order to gain a new way of being, of safety, of security, of depth, of meaning. Initiations, like rites of passage, mark the shift from one age to the next, and can take place because of emotional turmoil, great loss, grief, or devastation. But it is through the seeming hardship that our heart cracks open and our spirit is invested to step forward. We take the sacred voyage into more of who we are and who we came here to be. It can be painful and scary, but once we begin the journey, we can be more ourselves than ever before. If you are in the middle of initiation right now, you will get through it, and one day soon, you will bless the thing that broke you down and cracked you open, because the world needs you open. You are going somewhere sacred. It will be worth it, and you're closer than you think. All right. So a lot of what was here in the book is precisely what I was talking about, where we weren't ready yet to go to this place. Like, I'm going to hold this card up here. You can see again that the outside, they say, looks pretty scary, and that it's got the dark storminess, the lightning in the background, but look beyond that threshold. You know, we had to take the journey inward to be able to get through to the other side. So again, with the being authentic and staying present, with the no in the past, as hard as that is to hear, you know, when you're a parent and you have to tell your kids no, or you're the kid and you hear no from your parents, it can cause a lot of feelings. You know, sometimes you think you want something so bad, but here's the thing. It's not always the right time to have it. So let's just say, for example, you are 12 and you ask your mom to get your belly button pierced, and she says no. Well, you could likely go to the shop and have your mom's permission and get it done, but your body's not done growing yet. So maybe it's just not the right time to ask for something like that. That's kind of more of a thing that you need to grow a little more to have, you know, or a tattoo. You know, have you guys seen That's My Boy with Adam Sandler and Andy Samberg? He gets that New Kids on the Block tattoo on his back, and by the time he grows up, it is so horribly warped. And it's wrong. I'm laughing, but it's wrong. He shouldn't have got the tattoo as a kid. And clearly that's not something that we would condone as, you know, parents and children. Hopefully not. But that was just kind of an example of not so great parenting. So I just want to throw that out there, that sometimes timing is everything. And it's not always the right time to have something. But now that we're being initiated and crossing that threshold, we are becoming, you know, part of this new age. We're letting go of something that needs to go, and we're now coming into this new age. So let's get some tarot on this pile. All right, got a couple here. We have the Knight of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. And let's get one more, please. And the Queen of Cups. Okay. So what I saw initially with the Knight of Pentacles was regarding that solid offer. Okay? So this was something that we were wanting, we were expecting. We were expecting a solid offer. Whatever it was from, or whoever it was from, that's what we wanted. But in turn, it was not time yet. So we were forced to look at things from a different perspective and to do our inward journey and to learn something before we could have this. And in fact, this is teaching us about our emotional, intuitive side. So this was something that needed to occur before we could be initiated. Okay? These were kind of the steps required to get that solid offer. Because in the past, it wouldn't have been a solid offer. It would have been in and out energy. It would have been hurtful. It would have needed to teach us more lessons along the way. So it wasn't ready yet. The saying that's coming to me is like the fruit wasn't ripe. We would have picked an unripe fruit and it would have been very sour. And that's why we couldn't have it yet. So it needed to ripen before we could actually have it, for it to taste good. Okay? So let's get some Cosmic Oracle here with these. What do we have to go along with this message? All right. Bet on yourself. Take chances. Reach your dreams. You've got this. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. What has your inner voice been asking of you? Listen and act. All right. Now, I'm not just seeing that this was you or your person having to overcome some stuff. It's both of you. Both of you needed to go in and find your self-confidence. The bet on yourself and take chances. There may have been a place of fear that occurred previously, and we weren't listening and acting from our inner voice. Okay, and this is on the Queen of Cups. So this very much tells me that we are now understanding what stability is, betting on ourselves and taking chances, and listening and acting from our inner voice. That is something that needed to occur with this no over here. And now we're coming into this warrior woman, and we're understanding what our deepest calling is. So let's read on that. That is warrior woman. Have you answered your deepest calling? You are here for a reason. You are being called to bravely pave a path. You have answered your highest and deepest calling. Living a heart and soul-led life is not all fluffy and smooth sailing. Living a heart and soul-led life requires courage to triumph over fear. So often our fears are the gatekeepers to our greatest gifts. And the more resistance that we have towards answering the call, the more important it is to our soul's growth. Sometimes fear is an indication that we are facing the right way. Joan of Arc was known for her courage and her famous line, "I'm not afraid, I was born to do this." But the thing about courage is that it's not possible without fear. So if you're feeling afraid, what is needed is courage. And courage comes from living from the heart. Think of your fears as opportunities to expand rather than things that are holding you hostage. If you look at your fears in this light, as uncomfortable as it might feel, it's actually a sign that you are on the right track. Okay, beautiful. So with that, that's something that I did already say with the fear, okay? So fear does hold us back. And that's why outside of this temple it looks so dark and gloomy and stormy, because that's our fear. You know, we may catch a glimpse of that beautiful place beyond that threshold, but are too afraid to go, too afraid to do the things that are needed to do to get to that place. So this is sort of the advice from Spirit. Be authentic, stay present, bet on yourself and take chances, and listen and act from your inner voice. So let's get some tarot on this card. What do we have for this warrior woman? Okay. The Six of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, and Justice. All right. So let's look at this. I am seeing two cards that refer to balance. We're learning to balance our energy with equal give and take, with listening to our head and our heart equally. And we've also completed a difficult cycle. And I mean difficult. Ten of Swords is a difficult card. It's literally rock bottom. You have now, what they say, cracked open. And this is what needed to occur. You've got 10 swords in your back. Whether that was backstabbing, whether you put the swords in yourself or you assisted, whatever it was that got you to this rock bottom, you can only go up from here, is what I'm hearing. You are prepared now to stand up for yourself, listen to the advice from Spirit, knowing that luck is on your side and that this will come back to you. Now, with Justice, some situation that was behind here may have likely been unfair. And Justice is here to remind us that the scales are being tipped back into your favor as well as the Wheel of Fortune. So we need not worry about closure, about karma. The universe is handling that for us. And it's not something that we need to concern ourselves with. So if that's something that you need to let go, lay it down on the altar, give it to Spirit, and say, I don't want to hold this anymore. This fear, this worry, this anxiety. I release it. All right, let's get some cosmic oracle for this pile. All right. Stop trying to carry the world on your shoulders. Yep, that's the Ten of Swords. What else do we have, please, Spirit? I just saw 444. Open your heart, not just a little, all the way, and let the love flow in. Okay, now, going back to this no, I'm also gathering that some of us weren't ready for the yes because we weren't opening our hearts entirely. And that is what is absolutely necessary in order to proceed. So when you do come into the new age with the yes, we had to be cracked open, as painful as it was, to shine light on our shadows, to face the fear, to become this warrior, so that we can open our hearts all the way. Not just a little, all the way. Okay, let's read on this birthing a new age. This is birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. Often our path is exactly the one that we don't feel prepared to walk. Walk it anyways. Often what is rising feels far bigger than we could possibly hold. Be a container for it anyways. Often our creations seem to have a wild, uncontrollable consciousness of their own. Birth them anyway. Often what is ours to do is the very thing that most intimidates us. Be courageous and do it anyway. We are birthing a new age. Right now, we're in transition between ages, in the process of allowing the old cycle to fall away and the new to rise. Like driving in the fog and trusting the road will appear ahead. We need to release old identities and ways that no longer serve us, using your intuition as a compass. You are part of a group of souls who have been incarnating at significant periods of history, preparing for this exact time. Dreaming a new world into being. Magdalene sisters, daughters of Isis, Essenes, priestesses, witches, mystics, healers, seers, artists, midwives, visionaries, guardians of the earth, and storytellers from times past. It is time to give permission and space for what is beckoning within to be born. We are dreaming a new world into being. There is a work your light activation you can do for this. I am open to surrendering to the creations that are wanting to be birthed through me. May I be of service in a way that delights my mind, body, and soul. Please use me. Please lead me. Please show me the way. Okay, so this is actually reminding me of something that I want to share with you. Before I pull tarot on this pile and go any further, I want to share with you 2 books that I read when I first went through my spiritual awakening and was confused and had no idea what was going on. The first one that I read is this one. You're Not Dying, You're Just Waking Up, by Elizabeth April. Now, she also has a YouTube channel. So I highly suggest you go check her out. Okay? She does everything through channeling. She goes and meets with the galactic and basically asks questions about kind of the turn of events of our world and that sort of thing. So highly recommend this book. The next one that was recommended to me after I read that one, because this one goes into a very basic kind of stage process of what an awakening feels like. Then came this book, Bringers of the Dawn, Teachings from the Pleiadians. Now, this is an entirely channeled book. So it's up to you if you want to go read these books, but I am going to tell you that they both helped me a lot when I first started on this journey. I will note these in the comments if you guys are interested. I don't remember where I got both of them, but anyways, I'm sure you could find them in numerous places. Now, I don't think that the Bringers of the Dawn has any YouTube channel, but Elizabeth April does, and she gets into a lot of like conspiracy theories and that sort of thing. So anyways, I am gonna come back to this reading. I just wanted to pause for a second and share that with you because it helped me tremendously, and I am positive that it will help at least some of you if you like reading, especially about this, because there's not a lot of, let's just say, materials out there. You know, there's not a lot of publishers willing to produce information. You know, there's also like Eckhart Tolle does books, and you know, I am reading tons and tons and tons of books on shamanism, on reading auras, on chakra systems. I mean, there's just so much information out there. You can pretty much go to Barnes and Nobles and find a whole section on self-help and spirituality and this sort of thing. So if you're interested, go check it out. I don't get any commission or anything for those things. I'm just sharing with you what worked for me and what helped me kind of bring me to a space of understanding what the heck is going on with spiritual awakening and dark night of the soul. All right, let's go back to this and let's get some tarot on it. What do we have for this birthing a new age? What is coming about with this birthing of a new age? All right, we got the Two of Wands. That is planning for the future. That is making that choice. You have two paths to choose from. You're figuring out which one you want to be on, and you're starting to lay the groundwork to go in that direction. And I'm seeing that some of us are leaving behind this fear mentality, this anxiety, this stress, and wanting to come towards this new age that is wanting to be birthed. The Empress. Hell yes. We now have the Emperor and the Empress out, ladies and gentlemen, and the Four of Swords. Beautiful energy. All right. So, and then look at that. Bottom of the deck, 10 of Cups. Yes, this is what we want. This is where we're headed. Ultimate emotional fulfillment. Beautiful. So now that we have the Emperor and the Empress out, and the Lover's card, this is what is being birthed in the new age. Okay? This is not only a balance of our inner masculine and feminine energies, but this is having reached the highest level that we can possibly reach spiritually, physically, and embodying that. We are being that for ourselves, and we're also being that in some relationship dynamic. Okay? We're making the choice to do this, and this is also coming with lots of rest and rejuvenation. So when we have here no, wait, pause, postpone, this is what we're doing in that time. We're laying down and we are undergoing a transitional period after having some heartbreaking situation. We're resting. We're rejuvenating. We want to move forward, and this is what's required of us. Okay, let's get some Cosmic Oracle on this. I just saw 22:22 on the clock. All right, we got that one that wanted to fly out. You have the power to create the life you love. Remember that. You have the power. This is your choice. You do not have to take the call as it's being called to you. You do not have to go through this initiation if you don't want to. It's your choice. But just know that what's on the other side is a million times better, more beautiful than you could possibly imagine, than anything that you have seen thus far. All right, let's get one more. No one said this whole life thing was a race. It's okay to slow down. There it is on the Four of Swords. It's okay to slow down. Bottom of the deck. Clear your mental and physical clutter. You will feel so much better. You have no idea, people. So, again, if we want to compare this darkness, think of that as your emotional and physical clutter. Once you get rid of it, you leave it behind. It's gone. You go through this threshold. Look at how much light and beauty is beyond it. It's amazing. Whew. Okay. I want to switch to the Moonology deck and see if we can get some advice, and then I'll get you some affirmations at the end. All right, Moonology, what do we have for the collective? This one. Believe in the impossible. Now that's blue moon, which means once in a blue moon something happens, and I think blue moons only occur once every couple of years. It's like 2 years. So believe that this is possible and you will have it. It is already yours. All right, what else do we have? Please, Spirit. Confidence is your key to success. Yep. Okay. It's time to take action. And those are both new moons. New moon in Leo, new moon in Aries. Time to take action. Go forward with confidence. That's this warrior aspect of you. Because you have the power. A time for healing. Yep, that's this Four of Swords here. So healing is also necessary on this journey. Work through your fears. Yep, that message came out pretty loud and clear earlier. Another new moon card. And let's get one more, please. Luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. Okay. With the Wheel of Fortune, that is luck being on your side. So you are being guided through this process. We got so much major arcana that came out here. The Emperor, the Empress, the Lovers, the Wheel of Fortune, Justice, the Hanged Man. These are all aspects that are inevitable. Now, when we see minor arcana, these are things we can do to get us there. So we are being forced to make a choice. We have to choose whether we want to move forward in this energy or if we want to stay in the darkness, because it's our choice. No one's going to make the choice for us. All right. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have a time to give rather than take. So that might be a mentality shift that some of us need to change into. You know, it's not about what can I get from a situation or from a person, but what can I give? And that's humanity in general. You know, you're thinking about what your purpose is. Think about what you can give back to humanity. What are your gifts that you hold inside that you not only enjoy doing, but others want from you? How can you give back to humanity and be paid for it? That's what your purpose is. All right, let's get you some affirmations and we'll close this out. This has been a beautiful reading, guys, gals. All right. Instead of worrying about the future, I know all is well when I'm aligned in the moment. Yep, that's the be present. Stay present. Okay. True manifesting is about receiving what is of the highest good for all. Yep, that matters greatly. And that's kind of what I was saying. That's how you know what your purpose is. Because if it is good for everybody, it's good for you, it's good for everybody, then it will be so. When I introduce joy to a situation, I change the vibrational frequency of what's happening around me. Absolutely. So again, that's us in our entire mental capacity. You know, if you're sitting around and you're being negative minded, or you're around others that are negative minded, you tend to take on that frequency. But when you shift your frequency, then others will adapt to you. So we're not lowering our frequency to be with what other people are presenting. We're staying in our high vibrational frequency and then allowing others to meet us there. To begin the practice of allowing, I must get out of the way and let Spirit give me direction. Get out of your own way. That's what I'm hearing. Get out of your own way. That's the rest. The rest and rejuvenation. You need it. Your body needs it. I am in awe of the magnificent guidance that's available to me. Bottom of the deck. I can do less and attract more. Absolutely. That resting is what I was just talking about with this Four of Swords over here. We need to rest because, again, we cannot go filling other people's cups when ours is empty. So we need to replenish ourselves so that we are available to replenish others. All right? So this has been a beautiful reading. I am truly grateful to have read this because I love the way it progressed. You know, when that first card came out with a no, that's kind of like, oh boy, here we go. But when you see where we started from into where we're headed, and again, with the bottom of this being a yes, now the answer is yes. You have to make the choice to choose the path of yes. No one's going to make the choice for you. Only you have the power to do that. All right. So that's all I have for you today. And I just want to thank you all so much for your energy exchange. Truly, truly, truly appreciate you all. Each and every one of you are worthy of this. Justice is here to say, you're getting this. It's yours already. All right? So go within so you never go without. Make sure you're filling your own cup up before you fill someone else's up, because we can't pour from an empty cup. And I wish you all a lifetime of happiness, health, wealth, abundance, and as always, love. Remember to open your heart all the way to receive this. Not just a little. Take your walls down. Sometimes it is going to be required of you to be vulnerable, and that can be scary. But we are overcoming our fears and being courageous. All right, everybody. Thank you all so much again for being here, and I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.